It also meant leaving mild Southern California winters for snow and cold. It meant severing ties with San Diego, leaving good friends, selling their beautiful home in Mission Hills where Grace had lived with Tim, her first husband, the home in which Riley grew up. For Riley, the move was an emotional amputation of everything she'd known in her life. And, in a sense, for her, it was a betrayal of her father's memory. Grace got that. John got that. This move was hard for all of them. For Blake, it meant leaving the life he'd known in California, where his mother and sister had died tragically together. But if Blake had concerns about moving, he never voiced them. At 17, after all the adversity he'd endured, Blake was patient and uncomplaining. At times he could be quiet, withdrawn, as if he had something on his mind. Like now, Blake, like Riley, was also lost to his phone. Grace and John exchanged glances. So far, this trip was not what they'd envisioned.
"Come on, guys," John said. "You haven't looked away from your phones since we left."
No one responded.
"We're all sad to leave San Diego," John said. "We got this RV to see America as a family, not to watch your screens. Come on, guys, get with the program."
No answer. John continued.
"So, like we planned, we'll stop in Vegas for a bit, then we'll see the Grand Canyon. What do you think?"
Silence. John let out a long breath, glanced in the mirror. Blake was at the dinette, Riley at the sofa. Both were indifferent. "Guys," Grace turned to the kids, "this is our chance to make some memories. You're missing the mountains and the valleys. It's majestic." "It's pretty boring," Riley said to her phone.
"Look."
John pointed to the pencil-like tower ahead of them.
"We're coming up to Baker with the world's tallest thermometer. We can stop, take pictures. It'll be fun. What do you say?" "Whatever,"
Blake said. "Don't care," Riley said. Grace got out of her seat, went to Riley and Blake and snatched their phones.
"Hey!"
Blake said. "What the hell, Mom?" Riley said. The air tensed. "Your dad and I are trying hard to make something of this trip with you, but you've shut us out. You're being rude." Grace dropped back into her seat, turned off each phone. She thrust them into the glove compartment, fished keys from her bag, and locked it. "Now we'll spend the rest of the drive to Las Vegas enjoying the views." "This sucks," Riley said. Minutes later, they passed Baker, without stopping or speaking. Riley folded her arms across her chest, pondered her new moon and stars bracelet, then said, "You've lost your freaking mind, Mom. Give me my phone." "No, we're going to enjoy this trip." "Enjoy? Seriously?" Riley's voice quavered. "You made me break up with Caleb. You made me leave Sherry and all my friends, all the people I love. I'll never see them again. How am I supposed to enjoy that?" "I'm sorry, honey," Grace said. "You'll make new friends, I promise."
"Riley, it'll be better once we get settled in Pittsburgh," John said.
"No, it won't. You're tearing me away from my life. You're both so cold and heartless." "Riley, stop," Grace said. "We've been over all of this." Brushing at her tears, Riley caught Blake looking at her, narrowed her eyes, and flipped him her middle finger. "Screw this!" Riley stood. "Why'd we leave so freaking early, like farmers? I'm going to sleep." She stomped into the bedroom at the rear, slamming the privacy door behind.
"Riley?"
John called. "Let her go." Grace turned to her window, massaged her temple while looking at nothing. John looked at the road ahead. Blake stared into the desert.